Alright, what's up Dragon Brood? Today we're going to be taking a look at Mono White Aggro, mostly because a bunch of you really like this deck and probably played it over the last couple seasons, but people said I'm not seeing much of it on the ladder. Does that mean people are not playing it anymore? Well, I guess we're not seeing it, people aren't playing it. So can we make a version that's playable and still deals with all the cards we know are problems right now? I think we can, but it has to go in a slightly different direction than you think. So let's go take a look and see if we can solve this Mono White Aggro problem. Alright, if you would be so kind, please hit that join button down below so you can support the channel and get your stuff featured here, get deck list help, all kinds of other stuff. Check that out. And if you want to protect your Magic cards or other nerd gear, check out ultrapro.com/PowrDragn and use promo code PowrDragn, and not only will you get 5%, you'll actually be getting to give 5% back to the channel, and that's awesome. Alright, so let's take a look at this deck list. We're starting out with 4 Hopeful Initiates because, well, it's the best 1 mana thing you can play in white, no surprise. We are playing a full set of Fateful Absence, and I debated this pretty heavily, but the reality is there's a lot of Raijus floating around, there's a bunch of Shield Dreads, there's a bunch of Lilianas, so you just gotta have easy, affordable ways to get rid of those, and this is the easiest one. We are trying out some Guardian of New Benelia, partly because it's a soldier, but also because it's very resilient, and it can be a problem for your opponent to have to block these regularly, so we're going to give it a go. I still need to figure out exactly how Enlist works with the UI on Arena, because I've now screwed it up like 3 times. We'll see. But that aside, I think the card's still worth it, even without that. Intrepid Adversary. Now, we have to play 4, and I feel this is very important for a few reasons, but the most being that we need to do as much damage as we can on those metal turns, and we're trying to also dodge small meat hooks and things like that. So I think we have to play a full set of these. We are playing 1 Sun Gold Sentinel. I started out with 2, but we are playing 1, and there is a reason for that, and we'll talk about it here in a second. But note that Sun Gold Sentinel is also a soldier. We are playing Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, no surprise. First Strike also happens to be a soldier, and that's important because of Valiant Veteran. Valiant Veteran pumps all your other soldiers, and they pump each other because they happen to be soldiers. But if they're in the graveyard, you can spend 5, exile it, and put a +1/+1 on all your soldiers that are in play. So the more soldiers you have, the more this benefits us, obviously. Now, there is the new 2 mana 1/1 that when it comes into play makes another 1/1 soldier. That's actually kind of nice, but I would rather just have a bigger body in general because that's how we're going to survive some combat steps. But I think this could work out very well. We're just going to have to see if it's enough or not. Now, we do have Adeline, who's not a soldier by any stretch, but just makes a bunch of tokens and is great for us. So, yeah, we're not going to complain about a big body for 3 mana. Brutal Cathar. Not only is it our removal, it's also a soldier. Thing that people didn't know. But that's going to make it actually pretty versatile in here. A lot of times it's going to be a 3/3 or a 4/4, so that's actually really good in addition to doing what it does. And if we flip it to the back, we have an even bigger First Striker. Wedding Announcement gets to make tokens and makes our creatures bigger, so obviously we're playing a full set. Also pretty versatile against the control decks. Interestingly, though, could be a little hard to cast sometimes with a Thalia in play, but I think it's worth the risk here. Now, one of the other slots that I formerly was giving to the Sun Gold Sentinel ended up being Serra Paragon. I wanted to try this out, see if it's any good. I have no idea, but I figured it's at least worth a go. If it's not, we'll probably pull it and go ahead and play another Sun Gold Sentinel, but for now, let's see what happens. And then for a little extra removal, and again, to extend the game a little bit, we do have the Wandering Emperor to help us get out of trouble. And then our lands are Eiganjo, 22 Plains, and a Field of Ruin. I think it's viable to actually cut a Plains to play an additional Field of Ruin, or maybe even another Eiganjo, but I'm going to go with this for now because it feels like the safest build while we're testing. But here's the thing, we're going to play these games, and we have a couple things we want to follow. Is the Valiant Veteran good enough? And is the Serra Paragon doing anything really reasonable, or should it just be another body that we could cast sooner? So those are going to be our 2 main things we're going to follow. Hopefully we draw the cards enough to see it work out. But y'all enjoy the games, and then we'll catch up with you in the back end of the video because we're definitely going to have things to talk about. Alright, this is a pretty obvious keep, so let's go with that. Not much of a surprise here. Thing is, though, it does mean we're going to have to play this Intrepid Adversary on 2 just kind of by its lonesome, and that sort of sucks, but is what it is. Now it just comes down to, do they kill the adversary or... Okay. Neither of those happens to be a soldier here, so let's go to attack. Oh, they don't have anything for it. Ooh. That's rather interesting. I mean, I guess we throw this out there and risk it for the biscuit? I don't know. Well, okay, that was easy. I mean, I'll keep it. We're on the play. I mean, adversary dies to everything, but if we get to do that into Adeline, it's not terrible. Even in just a wedding announcement's okay, I guess. Alright. Let's see if it lives. My first instinct is no, but who knows? It is 3 damage, so there's a good chance the answer is no. Alright. Well, they left mana up and didn't do anything. Obviously, they're going to kill something. Let's just let it be the adversary, and then we'll just play Wedding Announcement. Yep. Oh, man, if I'd have known that was the only removal, though, I would have just played. I guess we wouldn't have got anything out of it. They'd have killed it before we attacked. Alright. Good old Mardu. Gonna kill our wedding announcement? No. I say they weren't quite interested in that yet. Okay. We'll just get that in there then. Not totally feeling it yet, so let's just do this. I mean, if they meat hook us, they meat hook us. We'll live. Paragon. Alright. Well, now I'm a little bit sad that I used that. Though they don't have anything out of the yard to play here, though. So if we attack, they block 1, they take 2. We get 2 cards. Or we could just do this, pump these up to 2 2s. I think we can wait 1 more turn on that. I think if we're going to do that, let's just get this in there. This thing doesn't have lifelink or anything, so I guess it's fine. This will also practically guarantee we'll get to draw land, because, I mean, we have 1 in our next 3 cards to make the most out of this adversary. It's kind of nice. Oh, well, this can help mitigate some of the Paragon silliness, so that's nice. Temporary lockdown, sure. You stop some things. Sounds good. And this says card, right? Permanent. Yeah. Okay. So, things being what they are now, I think we're just gonna attack with Adeline. Opponent's gonna take 5 there. Still nothing we're worried about removing, so I'm not gonna sweat that too much. We could have got 4 more points in there if we'd have played one of these. I probably should have gambled on that, actually. A little disappointing. Let's go ahead and get rid of this, though, I think, while we have a chance.
Now you've done it. That's fun enough.
You know what? I'm going to do this anyway. Mostly just to try to set up lethal in case. Alright. Well, if you have a meat hook to get rid of the Sun Gold Sentinel 2 as well, so be it. They had the land, so if they have land plus meat hook here. Okay, they didn't. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Looks like it's going to be Thalia veteran. If Thalia even lives, but we're going to hope for the best on that. Could be completely wrong, but let's find out. Harvester. Well, Harvester can kill a Thalia whenever it's ready. That's disappointing. But what are we going to do about it otherwise? Might as well get our damage in. We missed a land drop again. That's unfortunate. Because now they could shoot a veteran, they could sack the Harvester. So there's a lot of ways our stuff dies here. Braids. That's another way our stuff dies here. That is definitely a thing. The amusing thing here is if they sack Harvester, we have to sack or we lose 2 life and they draw a card. So we could keep our creature and then just press the issue on the opponent. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not blocking. I mean, nah. No blocks. If they're going to sack it, they sack it. Okay, they're not. They just sacked the artifact. Oh, why couldn't we have gotten a land there? Okay, well, that's kind of all we can do. Sure. If you want to give up braids, I guess. I mean, now I almost just hope we draw another veteran. I mean, I don't know what else we'd want here. Because getting a land with Adeline isn't quite good enough now. Legamos let you gonna play a thing, you could sack the thing, and then we have to sack a creature, or they draw. Alright, that all checks. Sure. Yep, we're gonna lose some life. You get a thing. I mean, there's literally like zero reason for me to do anything there. Alright, now this is real crunch time. Are we attacking with just Thalia? And then they double block with like Legamos and Harvester? Or do we just attack with everything? See if they want to block up? I mean, they also got stuck at 3 lands. So this is kind of interesting, though. They are getting extra cards every turn. Part of me wants to play Sun Gold Sentinel, but I think I'm going to do this just because it creates a tougher blocking scenario, and we get at least a point or so in, maybe, with the opponent not being in a great spot here. This feels like you got another Braids, didn't you? And they're giving up the other creature? And then I guess we just let them keep Braids? It doesn't make any sense, because they don't even have any blood tokens right now. Alright. That's probably correct. I couldn't think of a good reason otherwise. It doesn't make sense to let them keep Braids, honestly. Because this is a 3-2, so it doesn't even survive any of the real attacks. So this ended up being kind of a little bit of a handicap match, as both of us were playing Landlight, but I think we still managed to get there. And if we draw an untapped land, we get to use an adversary. Yeah. Alright. That is a damn cool username. Singularity. Alright, we'll keep this. It's serviceable, though not terribly exciting. It does what we need it to do. Here comes something. We're not going to get to punch past that, unfortunately. And now I'm wondering if it really benefits us even to play Thalia, because we really can't. Because we know we're going to need to play these 2 wedding announcements in this fight. If it's mono green aggro, or anything even close to that, this is going to be one of the only ways we can get ahead. Alright, and another Beast Caller. Well, Loam does the same thing. Roughly the same thing. So now this is an interesting situation, because if we do attack with both, we are trading one of these for one of their creatures, but growing the initiate, but then we're getting a token, or actually getting a card instead of a token. It's actually kind of a tough situation, believe it or not. I think we're just going to do this and pass, and that kind of sucks, but I think it's the right thing to do. Yeah, I think this hand just didn't work out. If we'd have drawn like a Adeline or something, I think it would have felt a little bit better in this fight. No, I'm not so sure. Topiary Stomper. Alright, that's solid. I mean, so far, they haven't tried to remove any of our stuff, so it's only scary if they have, like, Invoke the Ancients or something here, I think. Otherwise, we'll get to pile up a couple of tokens. Eventually, we'll stick this Thalia. We'll have some pluses, and then... Okay, well, that's serviceable for later. I don't hate that. Alright, we'll just get this down. There's not going to be any sweepers in this fight, so that's not really a concern. And then we know we can remove something when we're ready. And if we do it late enough... Oh, okay. Fight rigging's down, so now we're going to have to get rid of the Beast Caller. That's not even a question. Like, that becomes mandatory. Alright, Topiary Stompers are 1 land away from being live, so that's real. Alright, then I guess next turn we're going to remove the Beast Caller, and we're going to attack since the opponent's not going to be able to do much here. And now it's if we attack, we're trading the adversary for a Loam Speaker, I believe, is how this is going to work out. Then we're getting 2 cards. Possibly getting attacked for 8. You know, I guess I'm kind of all right with that. I mean, I don't feel awesome about it, but, you know. Put the opponent at 15. We're about to flip one of these. Seems all right. It'll also set us up so we could potentially get rid of a fight rigging if we feel we need to. Ooh, Uvenwald Oddity. That's a good call. So that could be... Well, they're still going to be on defense here, I'd imagine. Maybe they attack with it, because I'm not going to block with the Cathar. But they are only at 15. Yeah, growing the Oddity makes sense. It's going to be their best bet, and they can flip it next turn. Because it's only 7, right? Yeah. So they totally could do that. Now, will they? I don't know. That's a different question. I think we just maintain the Wandering Emperor here, truthfully. We could also have not played something to just have that pass. That might have been smarter, actually. Yeah, that might have been a mistake. Because if I just... Because this isn't going to give us a lot of value. And had I just passed, I could definitely play 2 things next turn. Now it's just a matter of if I want a token, that would also be an additional 3/3 creature here. Man, I feel like I kind of do. Yeah, let's do that. I'm okay with that. We're not going to attack and give up anything there. We just get such a better attack next turn. I mean, it's literally bordering on lethal next turn. Yeah, that's fine. Probably just some other... If it's Invoke the Ancients, that's pretty baller, though. Oh, it's a Titan. That's pretty damn good. Alright. Titan's going to destroy one of our bonuses. The problem is we're at so much life, I don't even know if that kills us. No, it doesn't. 16, it's exactly 23, but obviously we can just throw some bodies on the way. But if they do that, they just die. Because we'd have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, we definitely have more than enough. So that's not really a thing. Also, they're not going to play anything, so we're going to get to flip the Cathar as well. Yeah, I don't think this is the play for the opponent. Now we have to start looking at, let's say they block 1, 2, 3, 4 things. 1, 2, 3, 4. They currently are taking... Well, they'd block the Cathar. So currently they're taking 2, 4, 6, 8. Really? I mean, I guess they all trample. So there's some value in that for them. But I mean, I guess so. We block here to kill one of those outright. We still get to keep one. So currently we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that wouldn't be enough, though this would be 15. We still have to throw something in front of one of these so we don't die. Because this is 23. So we have to... If I find something to pump the team, we... Oh, well, this will actually... No, that won't be +1. Well, this one would be +1. Alright. Sure, they all trample. So that leaves us taking 15 plus 6 is 21, if my math is correct. If I'm not, we're dead, but I'm pretty sure it's right. And we're going to get to pump the Cathar, so I think we're still good. Wait, what did they cast? Oh, did that count as casting? No, it says play. Huh. Maybe I just forgot what they did for the turn. I thought they just pumped. Alright, well. Come day or night, the Nightbound enters the battlefield. If they transform all... Player casts no spells. Huh. Alright. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We can make 14. But that is not enough. So what do we do? We only have 5 lands too. We never got to the 6th land. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Just trying to think about how can 13... We can get 14. Every iteration I'm looking at is only 14. 14. I guess we just have to kill one of those and take away trample from a couple of things. It's kind of like the only thing we can do. So, I think we just attack. Actually, these still aren't blocking. If we only attack with 1, we get 2 more blockers, or we get 1 more blocker. That's a 3/3. Like that does have relevant value, sadly. And I can't even cast. I want to cast this, but we can't. It doesn't really do anything. They're gonna get to put a +1 on something. Yeah, this is gonna be rough, y'all. I almost want to play these two and have this first strike something, but we got to be able to play the Wandering Emperor, so we're just gonna pass. All right. I mean, on the plus side, if we survive, okay, well that's gonna make their Stompers attack. If we can keep Brutal Cathar alive, we can remove another attacker. So that's important. Oh, melee guy was only a 2/2 also. This was only on 1. It wasn't, they got rid of the other one. Yeah, so I deserve to die here. I misplayed the whole turn. Yeah. Is what it is. I goofed it. I mean, we get rid of this, which removes a +1 and all the trample. So this can now first strike one of those. I mean, gives us some options. This is still going to trample for a lot, which sucks. So I don't think we can live anyway, even if we wanted to. Yep. We're just dead. Okay, this is a reasonable starter. Not much use with the Valiant Veteran in this hand, unfortunately, but this doesn't set up badly. Hopefully we get at least some action in with the Initiate. We'll see. There's a lot of good removal that's going to deal with that or the Adversary here. Not going to lie, I'm kind of hoping we could pull a Thalia off the top. That would probably make life a little bit easier. What can we play with on this thing? Oh, you can make splashes in the water? That's cool. Oh, it has black mana. Sure. You know, nah, we'll just do this. I was thinking for a second, maybe we play the Veteran instead, knowing that this has more later value, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, that works for us. We are okay with that exchange. We'll go with this. So no real good block for the opponent here. I mean, they could block the 1/1 and take 5. We're okay with that. But next turn, if they're playing, I was going to say, if their plan is just play a creature, that wouldn't have done much for them. The next turn, they almost have to play a removal card here. Yep, that makes sense. I was going to say, if it wasn't, that would have been pretty rough for them. That made absolute sense. And so this is where, had we saved the Adversary versus, you know, playing that Veteran earlier, it would have benefited us here, actually. So kind of interesting. Because the Veteran would have died in the blocking exchange with the other creature, the Beast Caller. Alright, opponent's low enough that I think we just kill this and try to go for it. Let's see if we can draw another Adversary. Nope. Or even another Valiant Veteran would have been nice. Also, if the veteran was dead on a turn like this, we'd have been able to use the veteran. Oh, it only puts it on soldiers though, right? Yeah, only on soldiers. So we wouldn't have been able to do much with that. All right, opponent's at 6. I mean, we do have ways to help us get across the finish line. It's just, can we draw them? Get an angel, let us replay an adversary. That'd be cool. Nope, we won't even have that opportunity. All right, well, now we just got a hard draw on adversary. Or a brutal Cathar. That's probably reasonable here. Though, there's a chance they just have removal here at this point, too. Yeah, that doesn't quite cut it, but it's not bad. Totally reasonable. We'll end the turn. Now, unfortunately, the next creature they play is going to be cheaper, which means it could just be a big ol' Titan. And that's probably going to bring the game to a close. Now, if it's not, that does leave us several outs. Okay. Augur. Does let them play just land. Oh, look at the top. You can play lands. Yeah. All right. Come on. Something that pumps the team. A Valiant Veteran would be good. Oh. Huh. Why is that the thing? They really wanted our graveyard gone? I mean, I guess we double block? I mean, I guess if you have a removal card, you got it. I mean, like, what am I going to do about it? I mean, I guess we try. Like, I don't know what else to do here. Alright, so that was weird. I felt totally abnormal. Alright, so we're going to attack with this. With this. Actually, we just attack with everything, right? Opponent blocks this, takes 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, alright, never mind. We're just going to attack. I mean, if they flash something in, they flash it in. What are we going to do about it? You can kill the Valiant Veteran. Alright. This is an easy mulligan. This is much better. I don't actually want to give up anything, so we're going to go with this. Oh, against Mono Red. This is going to be tough. I'm going to assume this Initiate is not going to make it. But if it lives, maybe we have some upside here. Yeah, I was wondering what the opponent was doing there. If they didn't attack with that, I was about to be amazed. I mean, if they're playing red like everybody else, you probably got about 10 ways to kill this Initiate. Alright. To the face. Firebrand. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. Now I'm going to get punished for discarding that land. That's for sure. You know, do I want to attack and trade? No, I have to pass, because they're going to be able to make the Guardian not block, so our only real play is going to be to hopefully block and trade with the Initiate. However, if they're smart, they're just going to kill the Initiate, then make the Guardian not block, and then nothing we can do about it. I mean, bring the pain, opponent. Okay. Seems fine. I guess we'll discard this. I mean, you can still make the Initiate not block just the same. Yeah, I was going to say, there's probably multiple ways to make that happen. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yippers. Alright. That, well, you know what? That kind of helps. Because now it makes the Guardian as big as the Firebrand. So that's something. Alright, I mean, we're only at 13, so if they do get something like a Raiju or something, could be tough here. They could also just kill the Veteran and kind of put us back in the same situation as last turn. Or similar situation. And the chick alone right now is going to be, I'm guessing, between what they can do over the couple turns, maybe like 3 attacks or so. Yep. That's one of the reasons. For sure. Alright. Come on, deck. Ooh, that's tough. That's real tough. Damn. Alright, now we've got other decisions. Wedding announcement's not good enough because I don't think we have enough time. Though... Oh, we can't cast wedding announcement anyway. So it's really just veteran or initiate. I guess all we can do is veteran. Not drawing a land there has actually made this a very tough fight. Much bigger, much tougher than it needed to be. What can we attack with here and have this matter? If we attack with... I mean, here's the thing though, right? We attack with these two. Opponent trades us something relevant? Because if not, we're dead in 2 turns anyway, basically. I mean, at least this way, maybe they give up something. Alright, I mean, that could have been worse. I'll take it. I will take that exchange. That definitely could have been way worse. I mean, they're going to get haste. Oh, okay. Yep. GG's. Yep, that's just a case of not drawing land. Alright, we're keeping it. On the place, I think we're just going Thalia into Adeline, probably. Unless they play something good we got to get rid of with the Cathar. I don't think there's going to be a lot of other plays here. It's kind of easy peasy. Or not. Opponent has a decision here. Oh, nope, they decided to keep. Alright. Not the worst thing. Playing against something in red. Which means they probably are going to try to kill the Thalia here if they're able to. And I wouldn't blame them. It's going to open up the door for a few other things. Nope, just an adversary. Don't, opponent, you don't have first strike. Yep. It's probably going to be a shame concede, I imagine. Yep, that's what I thought. Ooh, we get to go first, but we just have adversary. I'm gonna mulligan. Ugh. I'm gonna keep and just get punished for my greed. I will accept it. I was gonna say, deck, at least let me draw a 2-mana thing there to make me not get completely punished. Would have been nice. But the deck said, no, no, no. You need to learn your lesson. This is tough. This is getting countered, isn't it? Yep. Here comes a make disappear. No, no make disappear. Interesting. Okay. Cool, cool. Could have been worse. Just don't put a big 7/7 slug over there. Okay, they discarded a Liliana. I guess that makes sense. Like, Liliana's not... I mean, they may also have another Liliana, too. They could go into discard mode here. Which would kind of force some interesting choices for us. Yeah, alright. I mean, they definitely have more cards to discard here than we do.
Finished before brunch.
Oh, they're just going to make a sacrifice. That is a interesting choice. Wonder why that is. That's very interesting.
We all have things we love.
Alright, obviously put a Titan in there because you're playing a Reanimator deck. Makes sense. Can we get it out this turn? Alright, they're going to cut down one. Kill the other one too? No? Okay then. Yeah, this just feels all kinds of weird. I should have tried to play the Fateful Absence first. Because then I would know if I need to attack Liliana or not. But... Yeah, I'm going to anyway. Whatever. Let's see what they do. Because they might actually still waste a card to kill it. Exactly. Exactly. And now that clears the way for this to resolve.
I knew this was a waste of time.
Alright. So that's not so bad. We kind of got what we wanted out of that. In a roundabout way. Now, they probably are just waiting for a 4th mana to get the Titan out. So we're probably going to have to sit on this Cathar. Though we could play the Paragon and set up our other Titan, or our other Cathar in the yard, which could be pretty good too. Unless they have more quality removal, and then, you know, it is what it is.
Something suspicious is going on. For once, it's not my
Sacrifice? Sure.
Haven't you
That doesn't do a whole lot, because, I mean, we just get to kill Liliana. It does keep their life total high, though. So, I mean, that's not an irrelevant thing.
Sorry, I'm not interested in dying today.
Sure. Alright, let's see what you got going on. Because if they get the Titan back, we can Cathar out of the yard at least. Otherwise, we're attacking for a whole lot of damage here. So you probably want to kill that. Now, they don't know we have a second Cathar, but they know if they don't kill this Paragon, there's one Cathar in the graveyard. And that does cause a problem for them. But with them having 3 cards, I mean, anything can happen here. I mean, for all we know, they might have Meat Hook for 3. Okay, Cruelty. So it reveals their hand. You get to choose a Cathar. Oh, they want to get back a Cathar. Well, okay, then we just have to play silly Cathar dances. Fair enough. Ooh, this is actually not a bad back-to-back set of turns here. So if we attack, we don't have to use our Cathar. We'll get this back anyway. They save 3 damage. Oh, and they still don't know we have another one because they just went straight to the actual level. They never got to look at our hand. All right. I'm in. I assumed such a thing. Though, this doesn't quite work the way we want. We need to hold this Cathar, actually. So let's end the turn. Because if they do... Now, admittedly, Thalia is going to make it a little more difficult for them to play a reanimation spell. But if they have one, we need this Cathar to be able to get rid of whatever they get. Because... there you go. Exactly. Because if we had played ours to get this back, we just have the Angel, but we don't have anything else to go with. So, this is where we want to be. Yep, destroying one of those is a problem, but it's fine. Alright, we'll get rid of that Joker. I mean, I'm sure they have another reanimation spell, but fortunately, there's nothing over there right now. And, yeah, I guess that's it. And if they Meat Hook, we get our Angel back. So then that's close to lethal by itself. Let's see. So if we... How does this work? All right, so if they kill our Cathar... Well, they can't. So the only way is if we block and then they can Meat Hook for like 1. Yeah, we just take the 2. Because even if they use it and they give us our Angel back, then we're just going to Cathar out of the yard anyway. So they get the Titan, but we get at least 1 access to 1 Cathar regardless. Yeah, that keeps them alive. And they make a 4/4 here. So, I mean, that's something. Yeah, I assume they were going to gain the life. So that's smart. Oh. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Well, what are we looking to do here? And it's on the bottom of the library. So what are our plays here? Opponent's at 10. I don't know if we do anything. I think we just play a land pass. I think is the play here. We got to find one of our other removal spells. We have found 3 technically. We have more in there. We have a full set of Fateful Aspents, and we have a full set of Cathars, but we've already seen 2 Cathars. Cruelty. Look at opponent's hand. Choose. All right.
Feel the energy of battle, then guide it. Let your
I mean, this is the play, because if they attack Wandering Emperor, I was going to say, we at least have a chance. Oh, where were you earlier? You could have just got rid of a Titan. It would have been so good. It would have been so good. All right, what are we worried about the opponent getting back? Target creature from a graveyard. What do we have? We don't have anything. And they don't really have anything. So, I mean, they've got a pile of Lilianas. Is that all we're getting out of there? That kind of sucks, really. But the other thing is, we could also make this unblockable, or at least choose a color, and they can't block with it at some point. So that could matter. +1. All right, we have to plus this. On the logic that if it lives, then we get to plus it again next turn. And then make the Titan where it can't block, so they have to block with the Brutal Cathar. And then we would get our Angel back, even though there's nothing in... That's not true. There is stuff in the graveyard we could play. We could play Wedding Announcements. But the opponent could probably get a lot of good things here, Meat Hook being one of them. So let's see what they went and got. I mean, they had the life to spare, so they're still at 7. And if they have a Meat Hook, they can Meat Hook for 3, which wipes out everything, but does give us an Angel back. So they might only want to do it for 2? Extinguish the light. Destroy target creature or planeswalker if its mana value was 3 or less. Oh, if its mana value was 3 or less, they get 3. Yeah, alright. Well, that takes away the Sun Gold Sentinel plan. Unless we draw... Not that. I was just thinking, well, just let him get a creature or a planeswalker. Nope, just a creature card from a graveyard. And there's still no creatures, right? None there. None here. Alright, seems fine. Alright, they're going to get to find something now. And they had 5 of 5, so they don't have to discard anything. Gain a life, that's annoying. That might matter. They're digging, though, so that's good news for us. Come on, deck. Let's find an adversary and just put this away. Adversary would be 2 things to make it... Oh, they found another blocker. Alright, well, that's not the best. Yep, that's going to cause a problem. I mean, it's probably Sentinel. But maybe Thalia. I don't know. I mean, Thalia's harder for them to block. Will they just block it with the Titan right now? Okay. You don't really help. All right, we're just passing. I mean, we're not really doing much here, sadly. We've been looking for things that pump our team, and we have done a bad job of it. But still, I mean, they've got 3 blockers. We would have 2 get through for... Draw a card, discard a card. All right, they are tapping a blocker down. Not, I mean, they could also just have removal in hand, too, spoiling whatever plan we get. And they are going to go to 9 life, which is going to make it much harder to kill them. Thing is, though, if the Cathar ends up having to go into blocking mode or we remove it, we also get 2 creatures back. So there's that. And they still don't have anything in the yard we have to remove. Okay, so there's an adversary. So now the question becomes, do they have the removal card? And do we actually pay 2? I mean, pay 6, or do we just pay 4? Forcing them to have to block the Sun Gold Sentinel? here and give us our other things back? Because that feels like a real question, right? All right, let's do this first. No removal card. That is key. So if we pay once and they have to block here, they block here and they would take 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they'd block the bigger one. So they'd take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they'd still take 7. I guess we just pump twice, huh? All right. All right. Here's hoping. Does this work? I mean, they could have all kinds of things there that could make this bad. So we're just kind of hoping for the best. Man, this is like tense. Bounce the adversary. That's huge if they do. No? Oh, I was thinking maybe that could be March of the whatever, but no, we got there. Woo! Ooh. This is interesting. We're going to keep this. I mean, we can Guardian. If we have to discard to protect the Guardian earlier, we can do that. Then maybe Veteran, Guardian? I don't know. Somewhere in the middle, we'll probably hope to play a Brutal Cathar, but we'll see. This is going to be an interesting situation. I wouldn't mind if we drew, like, Initiate. Okay, that's not even close. We drew the most expensive thing in the deck. So we did the opposite of an Initiate. Oh, and of course, just for the rub-ins. Thanks, deck. All right. Now, remember, we can still lose all of our stuff to meat hooks, so we do have to be aware of that. Okay. I guess we'll try this. Well, that gets rid of that. Wait, yeah, we can only give it indestructible, not hexproof, so sure. I'm gonna get so tired of seeing that card, but hey, it's a real card. Gotta know it's out there. Shadow Prophecy. Look at the top X card. X the number of lands you control. Put up 2 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom you lose 2 life. Obviously, they have all the different land types, so they get to look at a bunch of cards. Yep. Well, I guess you're something. Would have been nice to have you earlier. But we'll make do with what we have for now. I mean, I assume they have all the mana they need. What are we up to now? I mean, we make the ley line cost 1 more. That's got to count for something, right? Oh, boy. Wow. Just not getting there. That is tough. All right. I mean, we'll try. I can't imagine we're now, what, 3 lands behind? I don't think this is going to be a thing. Yep, you got your turtle. And you can do whatever you want to. Here, opponent. I mean, we got nothing. We are just going through the motions. I mean, if they have a Wandering Emperor, they can just cast it here. I mean, they can counter this and still cast Wandering Emperor. Okay, that's not as bad as it could be, I guess. Wonder if that means they don't have a meat hook. Sphinx, that's legit. Hey, right on time. We finally did it. We finally did it. Oh, it's Ward 2. We didn't do it, team. We didn't do it. Though, if they don't have a meat hook and they're at 11, I mean, I guess we just do whatever. They're going to get to scry a bunch of cards, though, if they connect. So that's real. I guess, really, our play wasn't much different, right? Even if we don't play Cathar, we maybe just play Initiate in this thing, so... Alright, Deluge, they're going to go looking... What are we hoping to do here? We don't have any mana. So what's the best possible outcome? Alright, they're going to cut down that. That makes a lot of sense. They're not attacking, though. Oh, boy. I'm just thinking, like, we could initiate and something. I guess we just do this. Like, it results in another point. I just don't know if that matters enough. Especially with them getting to draw a pile of cards next turn. I mean, we did a lot on no land this game. I mean, I feel like we weathered a good bit of a storm, so I don't feel too bad. But I'm not really sure. All right, opponent goes to 8. I mean, we don't have any way to kill them next turn. There's no let's find lethal situation here. All right, GG's. We can move on. Yeah. All right, let's try it. I'm kind of still getting a feel for this Guardian and seeing how much I like it, truthfully. I think it's still pretty good. I'm just not sure how much I need to be sold on it, but it's not bad. Gives us a lot of room to maneuver, which I like. Having double Cathar here is also kind of interesting. Because I don't even know if we need to be saving Fateful Absence, or are we better just having Cathars, even though we know they have removal and haste creatures. This is all very interesting. Alright, they're doing nothing, so they're going to try to maximize some damage here, I'm assuming. So, what if... I mean, I feel like as long as we keep the Guardian back, they're really not doing too much. And we are not the beatdown here. And our hand's pretty defensive, so we kind of have to keep that in mind, too. No attacks. Let's see what the opponent does. Because even just having these 1/1s to chump block is going to have value. And they're not even using spot removal on our tokens, so it's like... can't be that bad off, right? I'm not willing to accept that as being a truth here. Sure. I mean, we'll block and take 2. I mean, that's what you're designed for. All right, we are going to, I think, get rid of the Fateful Absence. Which is a little bit dangerous, I will admit. But I feel like we have enough life, and with... Okay, that actually is really good here. Because now if they take a turn off to use removal, we don't even really care. So yeah, and we make another token, so that's great. And if we have to get rid of a Cathar, we'll get rid of a Cathar. That's fine. Yep, that's what I thought. Like, they may have to take a turn off to deal with their stuff, and we're okay if they do that. We're totally good. Adversary, makes sense. We will pass. Do I want to throw, like, Initiate and something in front of... Do we just try to take their board? I think we do. We'll just do this and do this. I mean, just keep max life total here. Probably not even worth discarding this, but we're about to flip our wedding announcement, so whatever. That's pretty excellent. Let's go with that. Sure. Think I'm going to attack with just this, actually, so we can make sure we get the token, because that's really what's important in this fight. Even if they like Cathar or Raiju here, we have different blocking combinations plus a Cathar the following turn, and now there's a bunch more things we could draw. Right, we can get Adeline, we could get almost any other beatdown creature would be fine. If we get a Phoenix Chick. If we were to get another Valiant Veteran, that would be cool. That doesn't block anything, so we like that. Ooh, that ain't bad. Can we get to the mana to get to use that thing? All right, so now we just say, all right, let's say you get Raiju. That's the best thing you can get, right? 3, 4, 5 damage, 6 damage. Yeah, we'll trade up. Let's go. I mean, at some point, we do become the beatdown. All right, and if they have to use removal here, whatever. We're okay with it. I mean, it's got to be the 3 damage spell anyway. If the 2 damage one, I mean, you can kill Thalia. But they would have probably done that during the attack step if they could have anyway, I think. Why would you do that? I mean, I can't cast this, so we're definitely still going to do this. I mean, maybe they're going to deal 3 damage to all creatures or something here? Because that'd be pretty sneaky. Didn't matter. All right. Okay, so we had a couple of different things that went not ways I thought they were going to. Now, the deck played pretty efficiently. Even when we didn't draw much mana, we still stayed in a lot of those games, which is great. So I like that. Now, I don't know how many I included in the video, because there were a few where we got stuck on lands tonight, but some of them we were still competitive, so I kept them. But we didn't run into any meat hooks, I don't believe. Now, there were some decks that could have played meat hooks, so maybe they just didn't draw them, and some of them we beat them down before they could even cast a relevant meat hook, even if they had it. So maybe we're doing what we're supposed to do. I don't think the Paragon was good enough, though. I would like to cut that and play another Sun Gold Sentinel. However, if you don't want to play Sun Gold Sentinels or your budgets are tight, Cathar Commando is an actually reasonable option, mostly because it has Flash. Now, that's important because your opponent does sweep the board, meat hook or otherwise. You can just flash this in at the end of their turn. Also, you can mess up their combat math that they might be playing around certain things. And it does give you another way to destroy artifacts and enchantment, which is also very cool. So you could consider that, and I don't think it's a bad call overall. Just something to say, consider if you're actually pretty light on your budget. But otherwise, I actually like the other choices. I'm going to go with Sun Gold Sentinel, but I think this has some reasonable slots you can still goof around with. And don't forget that the other Cathar Commando actually happens to be a soldier. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Serra Avenger. Mostly because this is a weird little angel, probably the cheapest angel we had before recently, but you can't play it on your first couple of turns, but it is a 3/3 flying vigilant for just 2 mana. And that seems kind of weird, but it actually was pretty popular for a while until it got subsequent reprints and, you know, time sort of passed it by. But as people start playing more commander decks with angels, this is a good one to include. And because of all those reprints, the price is actually only around $1 or so for this. So if you're looking for a cool angel to include in your angel deck that you may have missed, this is a cool one that can go on your 99 pretty cheaply. Now, if you do like today's deck or you're just looking for other aggro options, check out this other video we have of a Gruul deck that was hasty and awesome and really beat down people on the ladder. You'll probably enjoy that one too. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.